With Aljamain Sterling's upcoming fight with Calvin Kattar coming up on UFC 300, it begs the question of if he can put a genuine title run together and challenge for the 145 strap. Now, before you instantly dash to the comments and call me a stinky casual, this is literally just a fun video idea, nothing to take too serious, so just relax, try and be a little bit open-minded, and enjoy the video. Firstly, before discussing any of Aljamain's upcoming fights, we should probably talk about his physique. Now, he was already a huge 135er and was literally almost killing himself cutting down to 135 pounds. However, he found a lot of success doing this, and I wouldn't really call him a weight bully, but he's pretty close. I'd call a weight bully more like Islam Makhachev. He's huge for the 155 pound division. And in most of his fights, he was considerably stronger and larger than his opponent. However, since his loss to Sean O'Malley, he's put on a considerable amount of mass, looking in tremendous shape and looking not only like he's taking the move from weight class super seriously by packing on the pounds, but it looks like he's fully trying to transition his body into a 145 pound frame, which is awesome to see. Now, when discussing his next matchup against Calvin Kattar, it's a really interesting one. A classic striker vs wrestler matchup, which I can see going either one of two ways. Either Sterling is able to withstand the onslaught on the feet and is able to avoid the big shots of Calvin Kattar and is able to take his back, where he is way more dominant, like what we saw against Petr Yan, where he managed to get a 10-8 round by dominating Yan on the ground. Or the second alternative, Calvin is able to stuff the takedowns like Sean O'Malley was, and is able to find that big shot to end the fight against Alj. In my opinion, and for the sake of the video, we'll assume that Aljamain Sterling is able to survive the onslaught on the feet and is able to dominate Calvin Kattar on the ground and get the decision win. With this win, it will place the former bantamweight champ in the top 8 of the featherweight division and leaves his options wide open for who he can fight next. Now, I know many people are calling for the Alexander Volkanovski fight against Aljamain Sterling, but for the sake of this timeline, we won't actually go for this matchup because I believe that Aljamain Sterling could definitely still lose against even a washed up Volkanovski, because I feel like even though Volkanovski's kind of washed now, I still feel like he possesses amazing skills and can still beat up some of the top 5 featherweights. One matchup that could be made is Movsar Evloev versus Aljamain Sterling. I feel like this would be an amazing wrestler versus wrestler matchup. Some of the chain wrestling between these two guys would be insane. Two guys that aren't tremendous at stand-up. I know Movsar's not as bad as Aljamain Sterling, but I feel like this is two really good, talented wrestlers that would be going at it. But I believe that Movsar Evloev and Brian Ortega are doing a #1 contenders match, so I don't think that fight will actually happen. However, for the sake of the video, we will remove Movsar Evloev from the equation, and he needs to take one more fight before he can get a shot at the title. So, the #1 contenders match will be Brian Ortega versus Aljamain Sterling. Now, this is a super unique matchup, and I feel like this should have been the matchup that was made. So, arguably, Brian Ortega versus Aljamain Sterling should have been made instead of Yair Rodriguez versus Brian Ortega, and vice versa. You know what I'm trying to say. I feel like it just made more sense. In hindsight, it's not as bad anymore because Brian Ortega managed to get the win against Yair, even though everyone thought he was going to get absolutely murked. But regardless, this should be a super close matchup, and it's really two guys who've got no skill on the feet, but I've got all of the skills on the ground. Now, I know I'm kind of fast-tracking Aljamain Sterling to the title, but it's kind of impossible to predict at the moment because the featherweight division's kind of all over the place. So, for the sake of the video, Aljamain Sterling manages to get the unanimous decision or split decision, whatever you want to say, over Brian Ortega in a UFC fight night, hopefully with a crowd, because that's a crowded main event worthy thing, you know what I mean? So he gets the win over Brian Ortega and has a shot at the champ. So unfortunately, I feel like this is where Aljamain Sterling's dream run ends in this hypothetical concept world that we have built for him, and he probably gets knocked out by Ilir Topuria in the 2nd or 3rd round, I reckon. So anyway, lads, this was just a random concept video. I don't really know why I made this video, but I just thought it would be fun to speculate. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, subscribe if you are new around here. Sorry for being so inactive on the channel. I just had a lot of things get in the way. I'm currently in university and trying to work a job, university, and I just kind of didn't have much time for the channel, but I've pre-recorded a bunch of videos to put out over the next week, so hopefully after these videos go out, maybe, I can get some consistency going again, because we were growing at a pretty good rate considering the amount of videos that I actually uploaded. So just want to say thank you so much for supporting me, guys. Thank you so much for sticking around if you're still here. Let me know what you think of Aljamain Sterling's dream run in the comments below. Like I said, it's just a nice little concept, meme, joke video, I guess, whatever. Thank you so much for watching, lads, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.